Imagine a world so strange, so alien, that it hardly feels like Earth. The continents are barren, lifeless deserts. There are no trees, no grass, no birds in the sky. Life exists only in the oceans, and those oceans are filled with creatures beyond imagination. This is not science fiction, this is Earth, over 500 million years ago, during the time of the Cambrian explosion. Among the bizarre life forms of this ancient sea, one stands out as one of the strangest animals ever discovered. It was small, fragile, and almost comical in appearance. Yet, it was also clever, specialized, and successful in its time. Its name is Opabinia, a creature that looked more like an alien than an animal of Earth. A creature of laughter and wonder. The story of Opabinia is as unusual as the animal itself. When scientists first reconstructed it in the 1970s, they presented the model to an audience of paleontologists. The moment the five-eyed creature with a trunk-like nose appeared on the screen, the audience erupted into laughter. They thought it was a joke, but it wasn't. Opabinia was real. Discovered in the Burgess Shale fossil beds of British Columbia, Canada, Opabinia quickly became a symbol of just how alien early animal life could be. With five stalked eyes, a long flexible trunk ending in a claw, and a mouth tucked underneath its head, it was unlike anything scientists had ever seen. The world of Opabinia. To understand Opabinia, we must imagine the Cambrian world. The year is roughly 505 million years ago. The land is empty, nothing but bare rock and sand. But the oceans are alive with diversity. The Cambrian explosion is underway, a period when life rapidly evolved into new and astonishing forms. Trilobites scuttled across the seafloor like armored beetles. Giant predators like Anomalocaris patrolled the water. Worms, sponges, and countless strange creatures swam, crawled, and burrowed in every direction. It was a dangerous, chaotic, experimental ecosystem where natural selection was testing every possible design. Opabinia was part of this experimental age. It was not the largest animal, nor the fiercest. But its body plan was unlike anything before or since. Anatomy of a mystery. Opabinia measured only about 7 to 10 centimeters long, roughly the size of a hand. Its body was soft and segmented, with 15 pairs of lateral flaps along its sides. These flaps allowed it to swim slowly above the seafloor, gliding rather than darting. Along its back were gill-like structures that may have helped it breathe. At the rear, a fan-like tail provided some steering ability. But Opabinia was not built for speed. Instead, it was built for precision. The head is where the strangeness truly begins. On top of its head sat 5 eyes, perched on short stalks. Each eye pointed in a slightly different direction, giving Opabinia a wide panoramic view of its surroundings. In an environment full of predators, this was a powerful advantage. Extending forward from its head was its most remarkable feature, a long, flexible proboscis, almost like an elephant's trunk. At the tip of this trunk was a tiny claw. With this, Opabinia could probe into the sediment, reach into small burrows, grab worms or other soft-bodied prey, and bring them to its mouth. And the mouth. It was hidden on the underside of the head, facing backward, yet another strange twist in this already bizarre design. A specialized hunter, Opabinia was not a fierce chaser like Anomalocaris. Its body suggests it was a slow, deliberate hunter. It likely hovered over the seabed, using its 5 eyes to spot prey hidden in the mud. Then it would extend its trunk, grasp the prey, curl the proboscis back, and deposit the food into its mouth. This feeding strategy was unique. No modern animal hunts quite like Opabinia. It may have specialized in catching creatures that other predators could not reach, filling a niche in the Cambrian ecosystem. Its soft body, however, also made it vulnerable. Opabinia was almost certainly prey for larger hunters. Its only defenses were its agility, its vision, and perhaps its ability to burrow slightly into the sediment. Why 5 eyes? One of the most puzzling features of Opabinia is its 5 eyes. Why would an animal need so many? The answer may lie in the dangerous environment of the Cambrian. Predators lurked everywhere. Having multiple eyes pointing in different directions may have allowed Opabinia to detect threats from nearly any angle. It would have been extremely difficult to sneak up on. Some scientists also suggest that the eyes may have been sensitive to different kinds of light, giving Opabinia an unusual kind of vision. Imagine seeing not only in front and behind, but perhaps detecting subtle movements in the dim, murky waters of the Cambrian Ocean. The fossil evidence. Opabinia is known almost entirely from fossils discovered in the Burgess Shale, a site famous for preserving soft-bodied animals that usually decay without a trace. These fossils are so detailed that they show the eyes, the trunk, and even the delicate flaps along the sides of the body. Without this extraordinary preservation, we might never have known Opabinia existed. Its soft body would have vanished like most ancient creatures. Instead, we are left with an almost complete picture of one of evolution's strangest experiments. A branch with no future. Where does Opabinia fit in the tree of life? For years, scientists debated whether it was related to arthropods, the group that includes insects, spiders, and crabs. Today, most researchers agree that it was indeed a distant relative, part of a broader group of early animals that experimented with the arthropod body plan. But Opabinia's branch of the family tree went extinct. Unlike trilobites, which thrived for hundreds of millions of years, or arthropods, which still dominate the planet today, Opabinia left no descendants. It was an evolutionary dead end. A unique experiment that nature tried and then abandoned. Extinction and legacy. Opabinia vanished sometime after the Middle Cambrian as ecosystems grew more complex and new predators emerged. Its slow, soft body may have left it vulnerable in an increasingly competitive world. But, though it disappeared, its fossils have left an extraordinary legacy. Opabinia has become an icon of the Cambrian explosion, a reminder of how diverse and experimental life once was. It shows us that evolution is not a straight line, but a wild branching tree filled with failed experiments and bizarre adaptations. The importance of Opabinia. Why does Opabinia matter? Because it challenges our understanding of life itself. When paleontologists first studied it, they could hardly believe it was real. But it was. And that forced them and us to expand our definition of what animals can look like. Opabinia reminds us that life's past was not just filled with ancestors of modern animals. It was also filled with creatures so strange, so alien, that they seemed to come from another world. Creatures like Opabinia tell us that life is capable of evolving in directions we might never predict. A symbol of evolution's creativity. Today, Opabinia is a star of natural history museums and documentaries. Its 5 eyes and strange trunk make it unforgettable. It represents the creativity of evolution, the mystery of the Cambrian, and the importance of studying the deep past. The laughter that once greeted its reconstruction has long since turned into respect. Opabinia is no longer a joke, it is a reminder of the power of science to reveal truths stranger than fiction. Conclusion. 500 million years ago, in the alien seas of the Cambrian, a small creature with 5 eyes and a clawed trunk glided across the seabed. It was not fierce, it was not mighty, but it was extraordinary. It represents a world that no longer exists, a time when evolution's imagination ran wild. Today, as we study Opabinia, we are reminded of life's endless variety, its strange experiments, and its unpredictable path. Dinosaurs and mammoths may capture our attention, but Opabinia whispers to us from a far deeper past. It says, life has always been stranger than we imagine. And sometimes the smallest creatures tell the biggest stories.